Here's 10 myths about investing in real estate. Today, we're gonna debunk a whole bunch of real estate myths about owning real estate. I got so excited when I thought about this topic, you guys, because there's so many things that people DM me and go, oh, Thach, what about this, what about that? I'm thinking, do you even know what you're talking about? So today, we're gonna debunk 10 myths about owning real estate. You guys ready? Let's do this. Myth number 1, it's very risky. Here's the thing people don't realize, and I didn't know this until I actually started investing in real estate. See, human beings, they need 3 essential things. They need food, they need clothes, and they need shelter. And look, when the market is hot, people can't afford to buy it, they rent. When the market is actually tight, people need to cut back their budget. They get back a lot of things, but they do not cut off their shelter. There's always plenty of renter than there is homeowners, okay? So if you buy a property and you buy a nice property in a good area and it's clean, and you got it for rent for long term, it's very, very low risk because those families, they want to be there and they don't want to leave, okay? So that's why, to me, when you make money, park your money in good rental property. Houses, if it's a good tenant, they're gonna stay there for a long time. I got tenants been in my house for probably over 20 years. And that's why, to me, it's not a very risky thing. It's actually a very safe thing. Myth number 2, wait till the market come down or the rates come down before you buy. This is what most of the uneducated homeowners or investor, when they out there looking at real estate, because all they hear is the news saying, oh, the rates are high, homes are very expensive. And majority of the people who are uneducated, they're sitting on the sideline. The people who are educated, who understand real estate, like myself and a lot of my Springboard students, we know right now when the rates are high, homes are a little bit on the higher side, but there's fewer buyers. So when you out there and you start buying real estate, you want to buy when everybody actually on the sideline. So there's actually fewer competition. So you can get actually a better price because there's less competition and less bidding war. Now you buy the property, and you gotta make sure that you need to put enough down so at least break even or make a little bit of cash flow, it's okay. And then in the next time the real estate interest rate go back down, you refinance, so that way you get the best of both worlds. You get a better price and you get better terms. Myth number 3, dealing with tenant is a nightmare. I would agree with you. Having tenant and dealing with tenant is a nightmare if you don't know what you're doing. You see, if I was to invest today, here's the thing I will tell you. Number 1, when you buy a property, condition. Make sure that you buy a property and when it needs some work, get it all fixed up, make it look nice before you rent the property. The slumlord is the one who actually rent the house where a house needs some work and they don't deal with it. And then they rent it to them. And then every few months something actually breaks, they get a call during the night, they go fix it and do a quick patch job. But the problem is the house still needs work. Number 2, when you buy property, okay, you wanna get in the good location. A, B, C, D, you guys heard me talk about this a lot. The A's are the great high-end neighborhood, the D are the tough neighborhood, B's and C's. If you get your home in a good house, clean, in a B and C neighborhood, you're gonna get B and C tenant. And then lastly, okay, you gotta screen your tenant well. If you can't screen your tenant well, you're scared to ask all the right questions, then get a property manager to do for you. You gotta screen them like it's a job, okay? If they really want it, okay, they gotta make sure they have clean credit. Because the moment you actually put your guard down and you don't screen the tenant well, that's where you're gonna get bitten in the ass. Myth number 4, renovating does not always increase your value. Folks, I can't even tell you how many homes I have actually been in or seen that when you actually renovate and you actually make the house look worse than what it is, where it causes the buyer, when they look at it, go, what the hell was that? When the moment they say that, folks, your value has just gone down. When you're talking about adding an extension that doesn't fit a house, painting a house a certain color that doesn't actually match the neighborhood, or a design where it looks like a damn ship or a cruise liner, I mean, damn. So it doesn't. So you gotta know what the hell you're doing when you renovate a property or design the property. Otherwise, you're gonna actually make your house go down in value versus up in value. Myth number 5, being a landlord is hard work. There's no question, being a landlord is definitely some work in it. Here's the thing. If you don't have the time, the energy to actually manage your own rental, just get a property manager, okay? So it frees you away from actually all the thinking. However, you still, if a property manager call you and say, hey, you know what, we need this, we need that for something minor, or we need to double check this, like, hey, you know what, we're gonna actually, there's a leaking toilet, are you okay with us going to go fix it? And you go, yes. So those are the things where you are still involved, but most of the time you're passively, somebody managing it for you. Myth number 6, you can get rich quick. Now, if you fix and flip, you can be rich fast, no question about it, because that's fast, I call that turning real estate fast, okay? Go fix a house, get your money out. The only problem with that is you gotta pay Uncle Sam a lot of money and you don't build any long-term wealth. Now, owning rental is not a quick get-rich scheme. It's a long process, right? It's like running a marathon. Flipping houses is like sprinting. If you're gonna go to work anyways, and you take some of the money and you just park it in real estate, get a tenant, let the tenant pay your property down. 10, 20 years down the road, you might have 10 property. If real estate repeats itself, right, that means that everything that you buy will double in 10 years. So you buy something for 500,000, it's gonna double to basically $1 million. Man, you have 10 of those property. How much net worth do you have then? And then on top of that, you got cash flow, you got the appreciation, and you get all the write-off, okay? Your net worth grows and the tenant's paying down your mortgage. So if you wanna be rich, flip houses. If you wanna actually be wealthy, own real estate. Myth number 7, real estate always go up in value. That is not true, you guys, okay? Now, there's a couple of things I wanna talk about. Every real estate market does appreciate. Some appreciate slower than some. Like some markets go real slow in appreciation, and then some markets go real fast in appreciation. The second thing I wanna tell you about, there's a thing called the 10-year cycle. And what that says is that every 10 years, the market go up, and then it actually take 2 years, and then it recorrect itself, and it go basically up again. Right now it's 2024, we basically at the bottom of the cycle. We're about to work our way out, and if history repeats itself, we're gonna have another 10-year run again, okay? So, if you're buying real estate, if you bought it at the wrong cycle, let's say 2020, when the market is about to hit its peak and it's going down, that means you basically pay X for this property, but the market went down. You gotta wait till the market come back up again before it hits par, before you see any equity on the property again, or any value that increase. So it all depends when you buy the property, okay? And when you sell the property. Because if you don't sell it, you just ride the market, okay? But if you're gonna buy it at the peak and sell it when the market is down, you will lose. Myth number 8, location, location, location is the key. Now I'm gonna tell you guys, that ain't all true. I have bought many, many property in a good location, and the house sits on a main busy street. And you know what? I didn't get the same value. Or I actually flipped the property where I'm literally across the street from elementary school. I actually lost money on that, okay? A house next to the freeway, or a house next to the railroad track. It might be in a good area, but when it's sitting next to those kind of items, or sitting on the main drag, your value is not the same as the property across the street that's not backed up against railroad track. So location is the key, but when you do a micro location, right, it really matters then. Myth number 9, never buy a fixer. This is for the people that's super uneducated. Do you realize where all the money is made? It is definitely not made in the nice house. Why do you think I always make videos go, don't buy this nice house, buy this ugly house? Because all the money is in the fixer. Because remember, the BRRRR strategy is you buy a fixer, you rehab it, and then you rent it out. Then you refinance your money, get your money back out, and you create all the sweat equity in the deal. Then you take your money you took back out, and you go and actually do it again. So you do that, and you create 10, 20, 30% with the sweat equity versus buying a house already turnkey. So the money in investing, you guys, always in the fixer, not in the nice house. And myth number 10, you need to be wealthy to invest in real estate. Now this is probably the biggest bust I'm gonna bust there. No, you don't need to be wealthy to own real estate, folks. Do you realize this? Let's say, for example, you don't own a house and you wanna buy a house for the first time. You can put down a minimum of 3.5% down. Now you can put down 5% conventional. You can do it 1 unit up to a 4 unit, right? As a 5% conventional. I always tell all my students, look, if you don't own a house, put on pay when you do the loan, you put in 5% down, you're gonna occupy it, and you can live in 1 unit, rent the other unit out. You can actually have a property to live, and you can actually have a rental all within one building. This is amazing. And then what you do is, you live there for about a year, and then if you want, you would do it again, right? You go and buy yourself another 4 unit, and you're gonna actually live in that property, right? And then rent the other 3 out. So you turn the first building into all 4 unit, and then you do a 5% again on the next building. Then you live in 1 unit, you rent the other 3 out. Now you got basically 8 units, and you use 5% twice, okay? This is just some of the strategy I'm teaching all my students how to do, you guys, because you don't need to be wealthy. You don't have to put down 20, 25% all the time. If you know how to work this strategy and the idea I'm talking about, this is how you can own real estate without having a lot of money. Now that is a wrap. If y'all enjoyed this video and you got a lot of value out of the video, give me a thumbs up, okay? If you have any question about everything I talked about, right? please comment it in the comments so I can read it, okay? But you guys, don't let all the people out there that don't have no experience tell you all these myths so that you actually stop you from actually owning real estate. Listen to me. Let me tell you what to do so you can own real estate. You can be wealthy down the road, okay? If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, we want to hit 1 million subscribers by the end of this year. Hit the subscribe button for us, okay? Share this video to your friends for us so they can actually come and watch this stuff and learn about real estate also. But until then, you guys, I'll see y'all soon. Peace out.